true that our education system is properly funded. In my constituency in Brent, each pupil was set to lose £653. £653 and over 200 teachers we were set to lose. 29 schools in my constituency is set to lose money. I won't stop until there's not a penny taken from our education budget. The Labour Party will be with you. We will walk with you side by side. We will listen to you. We will support you, and we will put the argument right there in the heart of our democracy. So continue the fight, because we fight with you, side by side.
That we have all gathered here today to fight for our children's education and for those who come after them. And to make our government listen. No cuts, fight back. Thank you.
Thank you.
I became an MP to fight against injustice in our society, but I saw it through the lens in the classroom. And it's been a while now since we've seen an injustice that is going to be as devastating as these school cuts. But let me explain to the government mainly why this is so devastating. Because kids only get one go. And I'll say that again for them, because I don't think they get this. Kids only get one go. And if we mess this up for them, that's their education gone forever. The cuts to schools is short-termism at its worst. Children are already being taught in overcrowded classrooms by overworked teachers. And I'm sorry, I've been in this job only a few weeks. I'm not convinced that Theresa May actually cares. She and her ministers keep saying things like, we've protected schools funding. Well, you know, I'm a maths teacher and I offer them a free maths lesson about how this works. If you've got the same funding, but you've got more going out, you've got more kids and you've got more inflation, it's pretty basic division. It is a cut and it's going to get worse. How is a funding formula that takes money away from the most disadvantaged kids and takes money away from the most disadvantaged areas be fair? And when the ministers say no school will lose out, I don't believe them. So thank you for all the noise you're making about this. We must keep them to account.
We're a national campaigning organisation run and controlled by disabled people. I'm going to ask Lucy, who is a parent of a disabled young person, to say a few words first.
We've got a very weak and wobbly government at the moment. We can get them out. And one of the things we should be continuing to fight over, teachers, parents together, support staff, is over education. We will not back down now. Sorry.
Thanks. I just wanted to say a couple more things to give you a bit of context. There are 1.3 million disabled children and young people in education currently, 15% of the school population. Since 2010, since the coalition came into government to reverse the bias towards inclusive education, those numbers have slowly declined. It is a national and international disgrace when you think that the UK government ratified the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities in 2009, stating that it would commit to building the capacity of the mainstream education system to be able to include disabled children and young people. So today, Alfie is calling for the government to stop its bias towards segregated education. It's also calling for the government to genuinely fund a fully inclusive single education system that welcomes all learners, whatever their ability, whatever their style, whatever their background. And then finally, a call really to parents and teachers and anyone who supports what we're doing here today. If you have stories about what's going on for disabled children and young people in your school or for your own child, please get in touch with Alfie, www.allffredie.org.uk. Come and be part of the movement for change.
When head teachers start marching through the streets of London, you know things have got quite difficult. NIH team members, school business leaders, assistant heads, deputy heads and head teachers have all been saying that schools need more money. Until the general election, the government's stock response was that school funding has never been higher. That statement deliberately misses the truth. The way things stand, every child starting in September this year will have £434 less spent on them in real terms by the time they get to year 4. That's £434 per child. For a class of 30, that's £13,000. These numbers are so large and so significant that we cannot allow the government to wriggle off the hook when it comes to funding.